What's going on, y'all? I understand it's been about 3-4 weeks since I last posted. I'll be honest, I've been slacking with this whole YouTube thing. I'm still getting used to it, but obviously no excuses. We're going to get back on it and start posting more consistently. Let's get straight to it though. As the title says, I'm going to be showing y'all the 10 habits I'm doing every single day on my path to becoming a millionaire. So, number one, pretty simple, waking up early. A lot of people, you take a look around you, your friends, family, most people are sleeping in every morning. It feels good, don't get me wrong. I would love to sleep in every single morning. And I'm not telling you guys get up 4 a.m. every morning. No, you just wake up reasonably early. I wake up around 8 to 9 a.m. every morning. And the first thing I normally do is I go work out. But yeah, number two, daily cold showers. A lot of people I've seen on TikTok or social media in general say, oh, well, taking cold showers, it's bullshit. You're not going to become a millionaire doing that. And that's true. You're not going to become a millionaire by taking cold showers. But what that does is it builds pain tolerance and it really wakes you up. It shocks your body to get up and get moving. What I do is after I work out every morning, first thing I do is eat, get some sunlight, and then I take a cold shower, about 5-10 minutes, nothing crazy. And you'll get used to it. It's not as bad as it sounds. The first few times it sucks, but you grow pretty used to it. Third one, as I said, lifting weights, training every single day. You got to stay lean. You need to stay in shape because it's not just so you look good or so you feel good. You get more energy, more power, more self-respect for yourself. Having a strong body is a strong mind, as they say. If you're fat, you're out of shape, your mind's going to be all cluttered and foggy. No, you need to be in shape. You need to be working out consistently. No excuses. There's no excuses. You don't need a gym. You have a floor, drop down, do some push-ups. Do some squats. Go for a run. It's free. Go ahead. Do it. Number 4, fasting. Clean eating. No refined sugars or seed oils. That's a big one. For fasting, I'm not one of those people who fast for multiple days straight. I do a daily routine with my fasting. I don't eat after 8 p.m. and I eat again the next day at 12 p.m. I think that's about a 14 or 16 hour fast. It's good for your body. There's many benefits for that. If you don't believe me, search it up, do your research for yourself. Clean eating. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're not supposed to be eating for pleasure. You're eating for fuel. You're eating to give your body the right nutrients and everything it needs to do these habits and to keep moving every single day. No refined sugars, seed oils. When I say no refined sugars, I mean no cookies, donuts, fat foods, just milkshakes, candy, stuff like that. Seed oils, it's a big one. It's in a lot of foods. It's in a lot of snacks, even especially at restaurants. You can find a lot of seed oils in a lot of types of granola bars, many types of chips. Fast food restaurants like McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Cookout, stuff like that. You're going to find a lot of seed oils there. As I said, you're not eating for pleasure. You're eating for growth. You're eating for fuel. You're eating to give your body the nutrients it needs to move every single day. And number 5, self-education. 1% smarter and 1% better every single day. And a problem I've seen a lot of people have is when they say self-education, they think it only matters that you're learning something every day. You're just learning. That's a big thing, don't get me wrong, but what's more important is what you're actually learning. Are you going to school every day and are you learning math or say science or some history, which is majority of the history they're teaching you straight up, it's bullshit. I'm not going to get into that, but that's not the stuff that's going to get you to where you want to go. Don't get me wrong. There's no shame if you're going to school, you're doing what pretty much everyone else is doing. You kind of have no choice at certain ages, but that's not what's going to get you rich. I'll tell you that right now. The most successful people didn't get rich from math or social studies or, health education. Like, that's not, no, leave that out of it. You need to learn skills, like high income skills, such as, let's say, digital marketing, drop shipping, e-com. You need to learn how money works in general. That's step number one. You need to learn money. You need to learn how banks work. You need to learn how money works, because you can become super rich. You can become a successful e-commerce owner, and you can have millions. But if you don't know how money works, you don't know how a bank works, you don't know what to do with your money, you're going to lose it all. So learn that first. Right now, I am learning social media marketing. I'm trying to grow my TikTok page. My TikTok username is noah.rjohnson. Just getting started. I'm averaging about 30-40 likes a post. It's all right. We're gonna keep growing that. But for social media marketing, what I am specifically trying to do is reach out to HVAC and roofing companies, some that, they clearly need help. They're not advertising their company very smartly, and, they're not getting the clients that they need. So what I'm going to do is create a Facebook page and, do that for them, run advertisements for them, and then they'll pay me to do that. It's not as simple as it sounds. It takes a lot of time because it is in high demand. A lot of people try and do this, and I'm just a 16-year-old kid. What do I have over these businesses, these social media marketing agencies who have 20 plus people working for them? What do I have? I can tell you I have grit, I have commitment, consistency, and that's going to win every single time. I'll tell you that. You'll see. Number 6, working a job and building a business. I just mentioned the business, but right now I'm working a part-time job at McDonald's. Don't eat the food there. Even though I work there, I do not recommend it. I'm stacking my cash while building a business. It's always good to, get some money because, I'm 16. There's only so many jobs that I can work, and this is an opportunity I have to make money. So I'm focused on building my business and saving up majority of the money that I get from this job. You need to realize that nobody's coming to save you, and you need to build your own way out. No one is going to come give you a magic pill and you become successful the next week. No. If you want to be successful, you have to put in overtime. You have to work hard every single day. I don't know. All these people say, you just got to work hard. And they're right. If you become successful, you will realize that the only reason you became successful is because you worked your ass off for years and years and years. There's a small percentage of people that get lucky, but it takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes every single day, whether you like it or not. You get up, you go over to your desk, and you start working. You work. And there's going to be a lot of nothing. You're going to feel like, where am I going? What am I even doing anymore? I'm just working. I'm not seeing any results. I'm just putting so much time into something and I'm not getting anything out of it. Once you get that feeling, that means you're doing something right. Remember that right now. A lot of people are going to think that you start a business, next few months, successful, you're averaging $5,000 a month. No. It takes years sometimes. It takes a long time. There's no set time. Okay, I start now, I'll be successful by, let's say, July 2026. It's a possibility, but you'll never know. You'll never know when things start to spark off. The only thing you can do to get there is, no matter what results you're seeing, no matter how you're feeling, you just show up. It's that simple. You show up regardless of what's going on in your life, how you're feeling. You continue to put your head down and grind, focus, Put that work in, and I promise you something's destined to happen. You will see results eventually. Just do not stop. That is the key. Do not stop. Don't take your foot off the gas. You got to keep on going. You got to press harder on that gas. You got to keep on going. I don't care if you think you got no more gas left in your tank. You keep going. You keep going, because once you feel that, once you feel like you got no more gas in your tank, you're only about 40% to your full capacity. You have a long way to go. You just got to keep pushing, and things will start to feel more normal. They'll start to ease up a little bit. You're not saying you ease up. I'm saying things will start to normalize, and it'll just feel like, this is my life now. It's a lifestyle. This isn't a job. This is a lifestyle. This is what I do every single day. Number 7, locking in alone. No distractions. No parties. No killing time. You know, I've realized that a lot of the people I hung around with and spent my time around with, and, you know, just the people when I was in school with them, their life consists of fun. You know, they had plans every single weekend, you know, hanging out with each other after school. Let's go roll up. Let's go do something fun. Let's go to the parking lot. Let's roll one, get some food, call it a night. Or just, you know, they just killing time. But then again, that's what everyone's doing. Right there is what's going to set you back. You need to cut the weed. You need to cut the alcohol. You need to cut the vaping. I don't care if you're addicted. Nobody cares that you're addicted. It's your life. If you want to keep on smoking, you want to keep on drinking, by all means, go ahead. But in 5 years, when you look back and you're fat, you're out of shape, you're broke, you're still working a job that you hate to do, and you can barely pay the bills, it's your fault. You had an opportunity and you didn't take that opportunity. But don't look at me as someone who's never felt that feeling that you're feeling. Trust me. I'm not going to get too deep into it. That's for another video. But there was a time in my life where I was heavy on the drinking. I was heavy on the weed. You know, just like the average high school or the average kid, I was addicted. I was, you know, doing everything I could to cope with how I was feeling and what I had going on. You know, but, you know, nobody came to save me. Nobody came to help me. There was no one that was here to push me and get me to stop. No, I mean, I had to find that myself. I had to find out who I really was. And it was hard. It was really hard, but, you know, we did it. So if I can do it, you can do it. It is possible. It is 100% possible. Anything is possible. You got to turn your life to God, and He will help you. I promise you. My bad. I had to go do something real quick. But as I was saying, turn your life to God. He is the reason I am even where I'm at right now, and He's the reason why I'm going to accomplish so much more in my life. When I was dealing with this hardship and I was going through a lot of stuff, He's what helped me. I never believed in Him. I never believed in that any of that was real. I always thought it was BS, and that, I don't know. I didn't think it was possible to actually grow a relationship with someone you can't see. I was mistaken. I was wrong. That's for another day. Turn your life to God, though. Cut the weed, cut the alcohol, cut the killing time. Focus. Number 8, controlling my emotions. There was no weak reactions. You need to, you know, not chasing girls. You gotta stop chasing these hoes, and you gotta not lose your cool. You gotta stay calm at all times. You need to master how to respond to people, not react. How to respond. That is one of the biggest things a lot of people struggle with, and it's not easy. It's hard. Sometimes you want to get mad. You want to crash out. You can feel emotions. You can feel whatever you want, whatever you're feeling. But one thing you can control is how you react to situations. That's what you can control. You can't control what you feel. You control how you react. So as for the girls, that's another problem I had. Girls are like a drug. You need to look at them like that. The right woman is going to come in your life at some point when you become the best version of yourself. You attract what you are. For example, if you're one of the guys who, just like every other high schooler, smoking, drinking, partying, just having fun every single weekend, and you're just chasing these hoes, just trying to get your dick wet, trying to fuck as many hoes as you can, trying to build up that roster as much as you can. First of all, none of that's gonna matter in 5 to 10 years. Remember that. Nobody really cares. You might get some clout, some attention for a little bit, but in a year, ain't nobody gonna care. Nobody cares how many girls you messed with. It doesn't matter. What matters is who you are as a man. What's your purpose? What did you accomplish? How did you impact people's lives? That's what truly matters. The girls are gonna come. I'm not saying never talk to a girl again and just be a lonely, loser who just doesn't talk to anyone, is just shy. No. But you need to stop making them a priority. You need to stop making it the number one thing you're focused on. Let's say you're running a business. Your business is right here. You're not chasing hoes. You're chasing hoes. This becomes your new lifestyle right here. This is chasing hoes. This becomes your new lifestyle because that's all you do. Chase hoes. So then this starts to go down. Your business starts to go down because you're too distracted chasing hoes, chasing girls. You need to choose your path. Choose what you want to do. And if that's chasing hoes, by all means, go for it. But that's not what's going to make you money. It's just going to fuck with your head. I understand. Trust me. But you need to cut them out for a while. Get to where you want to go. Girls will come. I promise you. The girls will come. Girls want a man that they cannot have. Girls do not want a man that wants them, that chases them. That's not what they want. Number 9, we have taking care of your skin, your body, like it's a weapon, pretty much. That includes your skincare, your hydration, your hygiene, because appearance is leverage. Understand that appearance is leverage. For example, let's say you work at a car dealership and you're planning, or your goal is to sell 10 cars a week, 10 cars a month. You are much more likely to sell cars if you look good. Think about it like this. Same skills. You have the exact same skills when it comes to selling. And if you're out of shape, you're fat, your facial hair it's all messed up. You don't take care of yourself. You're not grooming yourself. You're not keeping your hair cut nice. You're not taking care of how you look. Like I said, you're out of shape. You're not doing anything for yourself. You eat like shit. Versus someone who goes to the gym consistently. I'm not saying you need to be a pro model, but let's say you're in shape. You work out every day. You eat right. You make sure your face is always on point. You always make sure that you're looking your best, your sharpest. You are much more likely to sell more cars than the other guy. Like I said, that is because appearance is leverage. People are much less likely to buy from someone who is straight up ugly. And like I said, you don't have to be a pro model, but you need to try. You need to try and make yourself look good. You need to maximize your looks as much as you can. Believe me, don't believe me, but it's facts. Number 10, tracking my vision and writing down my future. You need to write your goals down. You need to remind yourself of your promise, and you need to build direction. I have multiple sheets hung up around my room and in my notebook, some goals I want to accomplish. And what I do, a routine for me, is I read them every single day, every morning and night. I learned this from someone else. I want you to do this. I want you to get a notebook paper right now. And what you need to do is you need to write a long paper, a long note of your future self 10 years from today into the future. And you're writing a long note to your childhood best friend today. And you're writing down everything like it's in a present moment. Not like you're writing, oh, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. No, I am this, I am that. I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I bought the dream house, the dream car. but you need to be more specific on what you want to do. And you read that every single morning you wake up, every night before you lay your head down on that pillow. Read it, read it, read it. Sooner or later, it will become a reality. It will become a reality. Don't read it in your head, read it out loud. Words have so much more power than you think they do. I promise you that. And yeah, that is it. Those are the 10 habits I'm doing every single day to become a multi-millionaire. I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for the next video. I'll be posting really soon. And yeah, stay tuned, and y'all have a good day.